Mamadi, thank you for joining us. What do you think of Black Myth Wukong? I'll be real. That one to me, just to pull it up so everybody sees what we're talking about. This one is a little weird because I think it looks really, really good and it's from a totally unknown quantity. So it's, as far as I know, a brand new studio. And I think it's a team in China that's building it. And it looks really, really good, but it's like, it almost looks too good, you know? It almost looks too good. So whenever I see stuff like this, I'm always very cautiously optimistic, but still skeptical. So I would love for this to be great, but I've seen a lot of games that look pretty good in a context like this, and then we end up getting it, and it's like a technical disaster or something. Like, this is an Unreal Engine game, and you guys know just how many Unreal Engine games have had a lot of trouble in the last couple of years. It's just like a very common thing that shader compilation issues come up, stuttering is constant. So I'm just very, very hesitant to buy in hook, line, and sinker. And beyond that, like what they've shown here is really cool. But how does this tie together into a 20-hour campaign or 15-hour campaign? I don't know, because we haven't seen that. So time will tell, but I think most of the stuff they've shown, everybody's pretty impressed with. Pretty varied environments, lots of different boss fights, different movesets. The animations all look great. Particle effects look great. Plus you get to play as like a weird monkey Ronin samurai something or other, which is cool. That, I mean, I think pretty sure. Not totally sure, but probably. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm keeping an eye on that one though. Is it, I don't know when that's coming. No idea, but hopefully soon. The other one that was actually kind of impressive that's also an Unreal Engine game was this one, Phantom Blade Zero. And this one I thought looked pretty good, especially once they got into combat. I remember we watched this reveal live and I was like, it looks fine. And then they got into combat and he starts doing some of the weird like parry moves where he spins over and it's doing backflips and stuff. It was really, really cool. And it's gonna be like right here. Just like, look how fluid this animation is. Just watch this. Take this in slowly. Absorb it. Oh, like look at that. Come on, dude. That's like Batman Arkham City levels of holy crap. Okay. We're not messing around. Okay. Okay. I'm listening. Man. So that looked really good. However, there's a lot of these like SoulsBorne ripoffs, or not even ripoffs, like SoulsBorne inspired games. And we know that it's not easy to balance something like that. It's not easy to build boss fights that are both challenging and fair. Like, there's a reason why From Software is so highly lauded as a development team, and it's because they're so good at this very difficult thing, and they make it look easy. I mean, Elden Ring was a great example of that, but we've seen countless other games that come along and try to do the same thing, and it just doesn't click in the same way because they just don't have that same magic touch that FromSoft does. You know, it's a tricky thing. It really is. How much of that is skill and how much of it is just clicking buttons? That's what, I mean, you really don't know until you get your hands on it. That little double parry thing he did, probably just a single button press. And then the game identifies two targets are attacking, parry both, use this animation, it'll parry both. And that's not a bad way of doing it. It still makes you feel really, really cool. But we've also seen other games that have systems that look really cool, and then you actually get into it and it's like, oh, it's just, we're just mashing buttons. Okay. So we'll see. But it's just, you never know from looking at a single trailer what the game is going to have to offer, which is why you need to try it. That's why I went and I tried The Crew Motorfest like last week at some point. Ubisoft invited me to try that early. And so I got to play that for like 3.5 hours. And that was pretty good. Like, it's not going to replace Need for Speed or Gran Turismo or anything, but it's like good for more casual racing fans.
He took my thing.